Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us in the Yourway webinar. My name is João. I'm the General Manager of Yourway Education. Let me just briefly present Yourway Education for those who don't have present who you are. So we are a family-owned study abroad group, and this is our basic ID card. So I for international. We have offices in Spain, Portugal, Hungary, and Brazil. And the D of diversity. We offer more than 20 countries. We offer public schools, private schools, programs from 2 months to 4 years, boarding schools, host family placement. And for us, all student goals are lofty goals. We represent students that want to go to top universities and also those who want a fresh new start, change their life and begin in abroad. So today we have a great school with us. Firstly, I'll leave our contacts. Just drop a line to info Yourway Education and then your country code, Portuguese, Spanish, Hungarian or Brazilian. And then I will stop my presentation and introduce. Today we have a great school with us. It's Menaul School, a boarding school, American boarding school in New Mexico. And I just play a little video so for us to get the pictures of Menaul, and then Laura will introduce the school to us, and we have students with us too to talk about student experience at Menaul.
My husband and I chose Menaul for our children because it fosters good human beings, and I want my children to be well-rounded.
I like the fact that it's a diverse school, people from all over the world.
They teach you a lot of values in your life that you need. Responsibility, respect, and basically caring.
Anytime I'm walking, I know every person that I'm passing, every person knows me. It's just great knowing that you're a part of a community, that everyone cares about the success of everyone else.
Menaul's philosophy and also being a very diverse community allows you to see so many things and so many cultures and interacts with so many different types of people that you end up discovering who you really are.
So thank you for watching this video. So I will present Laura. And Laura, if you can talk us more about Menaul School, maybe with a presentation. Laura, we cannot hear you. Maybe the microphone is off.
Okay.
Now it's on.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Laura Hilly, and I'm the International Admission Director here at Menaul School. I also have a group of current students that are here with me, and later on they'll be available to answer your questions. They're from Spain and from Brazil. So you can, I'm just going to show them quickly, and they can wave.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, hello. Thank you for coming.
And they'll introduce themselves later in the question and answer period. But now I hope to explain a little bit more about the school with a presentation, and then we will move to question and answer. So let me go here. Let's see. Perfect. Make sure you can see my screen. Okay. Well, okay, so some background about the school. The name of the school is Menaul School. People ask me a lot, what does it mean, this word, Menaul? But it's a last name. It comes from our founder, who was called James Menaul. And he started the school 125 years ago. So it's quite old, at least here in the US, it's quite old for us. We are a college preparatory day and boarding school, and we have around 200 students. Usually we have around 50 international students and around 150 students who are from the USA. And our location is Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. We're a very unique location compared to some other boarding schools in the US that you might be familiar with. Well, our tagline is World Smart. We're offering a World Smart education for success. And what do we mean by that? You might have heard the expression book smart or street smart, but we try to educate students to be world smart, understanding the world around them in the 21st century, both obstacles and opportunities. Let's talk a little bit about the location. Where in the world is Albuquerque, New Mexico? I'll show you. Well, this is a map of the United States, and we are located here in the beautiful American Southwest. So you can see that we're near Arizona, Colorado, and Texas. A little bit more about Albuquerque. Well, we enjoy quite a lot of sunshine here, which I personally love. Always boosts the mood and puts a smile on my face to have the sun out. We do have all 4 seasons, including a winter, but it's pretty mild compared to other parts of the country. Because of the nice weather, it's a very outdoor-focused city. People like to be outside with running or biking or hiking, mountain climbing, these kinds of things. We are a university town. We have several universities here, so there are a lot of young people studying, and it is a very friendly place, which is important, especially for international students, I think. 2 big industries that we have right now in Albuquerque are science and technology, because we are home of many government laboratory research facilities. And we also have a growing film industry, including Netflix. I'm sure some of you watch Netflix. I know I do. And we do have a studio here, and there are many television shows and films that are made here. Well, you can see some pictures here that we have of the city. The size is about 800,000 people. So, well, in the U.S., that's a mid-sized city, not massive, not like New York City or Los Angeles, but not small. That means you can still enjoy urban amenities like restaurants and shopping centers and cultural activities, but with very convenient access to nature, as I was mentioning earlier. So you can see some photos of our city. We do have an airport here, and you can see the balloon picture. We have a festival for hot air ballooning every year. That's quite famous. As I mentioned, we do have all 4 seasons, and it does snow in the mountains. We are a high elevation place, so it will be quite different. It regulates the temperature, and you can go skiing and snowboarding in the winter if you wish. In fact, the students will go next weekend, I think, skiing and snowboarding. But at the base of the mountains here, it won't be too cold, and you won't have it won't snow very often here. So again, you can enjoy outdoor activities year round. I think it's a beautiful location, and especially across the state. Once you get outside Albuquerque, you can really see how beautiful this region is, and New Mexico in particular. So these are just some images from across the state of places that you can see. Okay, to dive a little bit more into the school, as I was mentioning, we typically have around 50 or so international students and about 150 students from the USA, but we're quite diverse within that group. Usually between 18 and 20 or 22 countries represented. This year we have 22 countries represented, and our local student body is also quite diverse. We emphasize a lot leadership development, real-world problem solving, and analytical skills. And of course, cross-cultural communication. That's very important to the school, and it's a skill that really all graduates need to have in today's globalized world, to be able to understand perspectives that are different from your own, and to be able to find common ground and to work together. We also have a service learning component, which is like volunteerism. You can think of it like that. James Menaul, the founder of the school, was Presbyterian, so we maintain those roots, and it's sort of a moral compass of the school to give back in service to one's community. So there will be volunteer work that students will get to participate in, including a week where they get to actually go on short trips and do community service work. Okay, so the school does have a number of international partnerships. Well, in a non-pandemic year, there is an opportunity to study at one of our sister schools in China. It hasn't been possible the last couple of years, but hopefully it will again in the future. That is a semester offered. It's completely in English. You don't need to speak Mandarin, although we do have Mandarin offered here at the school if you're interested in learning. We also have an exchange program with a partner school in Germany, and so that's a short-term program that we offer. And then typically in the non-pandemic year, we would also have a number of summer language and other travel programs that we will offer. One of the advantages of attending a smaller school, attending a boarding school, is getting a lot of personalized support and attention and having more of a family feel to your school. And so that's the case here. We are a small school, which means you really get to know your teachers and faculty members on a close level. It's a 7-to-1 student to teacher ratio. And average class sizes are around 12 to 15. So this is the kind of classroom where really you'll be actively engaged in conversation and participation, and encouraged to ask questions and to have the discussion. It's not the type of classroom to just to sit back and sit in the background. So we encourage students to be active and curious and open-minded. Every student will have an academic advisor who will be guiding them throughout their time and keeping them on track, making sure they understand the content and that their grades they're doing well with their classes. And we also offer English language learner support. So if you're not feeling comfortable maybe with your English level, or if you just need to practice, don't worry, we completely understand, and we can help students to improve. Okay, so in terms of the curriculum, we offer advanced placement courses, which will be recognized to be a bit more rigorous, more difficult than standard courses. And here in the US, if you sit for an exam at the end of the class, you can actually start to earn university credit, which is one of the benefits for advanced placement classes. And of course, one reason for going to boarding school in the US is to continue on to university here or anywhere that you wish to go, but to prepare yourself for university. That's why we call it college prep, of course. So we do have great university placements into top universities. And something very, very unique about the state of New Mexico, and a big advantage is that If you graduate year 12 with us, it doesn't matter the citizenship, your citizenship, or what your passport says or anything like that. If you finish year 12 here and get your diploma, you have access to in-state university tuition in the state of New Mexico, which means that instead of paying the international rates for university, you would be paying the local rates, which are the lowest rates here in the state. That's about a $15,000 to $20,000 US scholarship automatic per year. And you're also eligible for any other academic scholarships. Again, it doesn't matter your citizenship, just by virtue of graduating from our high school. We do offer college guidance, and so we'll help you to determine what is the best fit for you, including SAT and ACT prep and resume building. Just some sample universities that our students have attended in the past several years. You can see some top universities here in the US. And this is just some examples that we have. I mentioned already that New Mexico and Albuquerque in general are a science and technology hub on account of many research facilities here. We have one of the highest PhD per capitas of anywhere in the United States. And so we do have great proximity to cutting edge research. Of course, we offer the standard American diploma where you'll take multiple subjects, core and elective subjects. One elective that you can take is our series of fine arts, including things like drawing, ceramics, painting, photography. And we do have a gallery here on campus where we feature work from both professional artists and also student artists. Sample clubs and activities, well, it changes every year. And of course, in a pandemic year, it will be a bit different. But students are usually encouraged to start their own clubs, whatever they're interested in. Of course, we have some staples that are popular each year, such as Model United Nations, Student Government, Environmental Club, things like this. Sports, we offer, let's see, American football, as well as European football, or soccer, as we call it, basketball, volleyball, track and field, cross country, and baseball. Okay, and well, at the end of when we reach the question and answer portion, I'll have the students give you some more insights, but just to give you an overview of some of our sample weekend activities. We like to get out and explore the region, and you're coming to the United States, of course, to be a student and for academics, but we also want you to have fun and be a teenager and really get to experience our beautiful location. So we'll do things like horseback riding, whitewater rafting when it gets a little warmer out, and yeah, the other typical activities like maybe go-karting and trampoline park and paintball and things like this. Some photos you can see. This is a hike that we do every year to the top of our mountain range called the Sandias. They're named that way because at sunset they have a pink glow like watermelon. Okay, admission process. So we have an online application that just requires some short answers, transcripts. We need teacher letters of recommendation, and then we do a Zoom conversation or interview. Pretty straightforward. Okay, and then a bit about our campus. So the first thing I'll mention is that we are an urban campus, so we are in a city, and so it depends on what you're looking for. Some boarding schools are located in rural areas. We are in a city, as I mentioned, but we have our own area, about 35 acres and 12 buildings, and it's surrounded by a gate. And so here you can see we have a lot of tree-shaded area. When you purchase land 125 years ago, you get a nice part of the city. So here you can see some pictures of campus. We do have standard dormitories. They are shared rooms, so you will be with a roommate, and we have shared bathrooms and common space. Yes, you can see here some other images. We have that traditional Adobe style building that is very popular across the American Southwest. Let's see here some other images. Oops. We have 2 gyms, as well as football and soccer fields on campus, tennis courts as well. Everything will be on campus for you: cafeteria, library, all the classrooms, everything. And of course, graduation, an important rite of passage ceremony that we have every year in May for the graduating seniors. So that is just a short overview about the school. I'm going to stop the presentation now. Yeah, so
thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
So shall we ask the students what they really enjoy in Menaul School?
Let's turn the camera over to our current students, so you can see somebody besides me and get to talk to somebody your own age. So I'm going to have, first, do you guys all mind introducing yourself and just saying your name and where you're from? And I'll turn the camera for you. Here we go. Let's see. There we go.
Well, hi guys, my name is Valentina. I'm from Brazil.
Hi guys, I'm from Spain and I'm Alejandra.
And I'm Javier, I'm from Spain.
Okay, and so
thank you.
Maybe you can tell us each one thing you really like about the school, or one reason you really like being here.
Well, I really like Menaul because I get to meet people from all around the world and get to know their cultures very well.
What I really love from Menaul are the teachers, because you can connect really well with them. That is a really difference between Spain and USA. That's why I like.
And what I like is that I am a boarding student, so I can pass a lot of time with my friends of the school and talk with them.
Cool.
Different experiences is nice to see. Each one has his own favorite experience, and the really value added of a boarding school and the American system, the proximity with the teachers, living with students in the dormitory, and find connect with students from around the world. And do you have American friends, right? You have American students, day students. And do you have Americans? How do you feel this interaction in classes? You are with American students, and in the boarding you are with the international student. This is a good mixture, a good balance, right?
It is a good balance because I feel like the Americans, they're very welcoming, which I didn't expect. And they show me around, they help me through in the beginning of my program. And with the internationals is a good experience too, because everyone is going through the same thing, kind of, so we bonded very well, and since the beginning.
That's great to know.
Yes, I agree with my partner, Valentina, because I think American people, well, I was afraid when I first came, because I thought that it was going to be difficult for me, like to do friends. But in Menaul, I've learned that doing friends is really easy with the American people, and international students also.
Yes, they are always going to try to help you to have a better experience here.
Great. And what about the difference between the American school system and the school system in your countries, in Brazil and Spain? How do you have the same subjects that you were studying back in your countries, or did you select other subjects? What do you think about the American curriculum?
I think it's very interesting that you can select your subjects, because in Brazil we have mandatory subjects all the years in school. And one thing that I feel like is very that gives me a lot of benefits to do applications in colleges are the AP classes that we don't have in Brazil, and they show that you have a lot of potential, and it helps you to get into colleges way more.
Yes, in Spain is quite the same. In Spain, it's really systematic. You have to do like subjects every year. Like you can choose whatever you want. And I think like the American system is really nice because you can do whatever you want, and it's based on what you want to study. You can choose the subjects that you want to do before college, and it's so nice.
Yes, for example, in Spain we only have history. Here you have a lot of type of history. For example, you have Civil War, you have war history, you have United States history, you have World War, AP Human Geography. You have a lot of different type of history.
Besides the, as Laura said, the fine arts, in Brazil I didn't have much opportunity to express that because I really like to do ceramics, and in Brazil I only did it as a part-time thing. And here they offered a program very nice for people who like that to express their artistic side too. So I liked it.
Yes, I think the American system is really nice compared with our countries. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. And you do as a credit, so you do ceramics and you are earning high school diploma credits. You are not having to go to after as an extracurricular. You are getting your credits for your diploma.
Exactly.
And I agree. And for me, it's a little bit sad that we don't regard arts as we don't give that much importance to arts and to sports like the American curriculum does. And I think one of our students, what they tell us is they value arts, they value sports, and they can built in the curriculum. They don't have to go to clubs or an extra. They have everything in the school, and I think it's great.
Yeah, and since
sorry.
No, because you talked about sports, I think it's very nice that the Menaul specifically. I saw it in other schools, but I feel like in Menaul is very strong. We have a very strong sports spirit. So all the teams they cheer a lot. The people come to watch the games, and we have songs that we sing, and flags. They do a lot of things.
That's great to know.
Sports. The team is very nice.
Yes, we live a lot here in Menaul. The sports. It's a really nice thing.
Yeah, this year the basketball team is really strong. We have a really good players, and we are going to fight to win the state.
Yes.
And then, what sports do you play?
Basketball.
I play basketball too.
I play golf.
Golf?
Yeah.
That's great. And you have three sports, 3 seasons, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will choose another sport for next, or you start already playing, or you're going to choose another sport
At the beginning,
for next term?
The first season I played volleyball, and now we have the girls basketball or track and field, and the tracks in the cross country is gonna start more strongly on the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for example, here in New Mexico, playing golf, you can play all the year. The weather is really nice to do it.
That's great. And what about the weekends? What do you do? What do you like to do at the weekends? The school organizes for you, or you propose to the school? Can you explain us how is the dynamics, social dynamics at the weekends?
You can propose activities that you want to do, but usually the school choose them. For example, 1 month ago, we went to the paintball.
Yeah, for example, now we are planning to do skiing, or we are also deciding to do a trip. You can propose things to do. It's really nice.
Yeah, that freedom is very cool because, for example, some girls, we are searching in the girls' arm for places like the Botanic Garden and all other historical places, and we can propose that to the dorm committee and the dorm parents that are the people who take care of us, and they will organize something for us. So and we have a lot of fun activities inside the dorms too. So we just had a competition between the girls' dorms and the boys' dorms to see who gets the room cleaner to the semester. The girls won, so we went to a spa. Yeah, and our prize was going to a spa, and then going to eat in a very nice place.
And you don't have to pay the big part of the activities; they are like the school pay for you.
Pay for you.
Yeah.
And so you have lots of friends in the dorms, right? You are all friends.
I think.
How many are you in the dorms? 50? 50, Laura?
Yes.
50.
Yes.
50. So you get pretty along well with the 50. So that's
I
a
think
great experience.
Being a dorm dorm student makes you feel like having more friends, because I think it's like a community, a family. The people who are in the dorms, we are like a family. We help each other a lot,
and another thing that before I came here I thought a lot about was getting a roommate, because I've always been by myself because I'm my only child, and I was kind of concerned, but I love the fact that I have a roommate because we can share a lot. We can we help each other to do homework. Not only the roommate, but everyone. But still, it's very nice to have someone to be around you, even in your common space.
That's great.
It's a coincidence, but my roommate here is Alejandra, and we get together very well.
Yes.
That's great. That's great to know. And the dorm parents, they take you to cinema, for example, at the weekends. And how is Albuquerque? You go often to the mall, to the cinema. You interact with the city often.
Weekly, we go to Walmart, Tallinn Market, and Target if we want to get snacks or things for us. And it's very nice. For example, Tallinn Market is very nice for the Asian students because they get to buy the foods from their countries. But we also have European markets in the city, and I found some things from Brazil here. I found Guaraná, which is a Brazilian soda. So it's very nice to have that experience. And Albuquerque is for example, because in Brazil, I'm not used to going out by myself a lot because I feel like it's not that safe. But in Albuquerque, I feel that safety. I went with my friends to the mall, and we went back with public transportation and Uber, and it was completely safe, and it was a very nice experience.
Yes. We often go to Albuquerque. They let us time to go out. They always we are always in contact with our dorm parents, so they know that we are all safe, and we go out to Albuquerque for walks, or for going to the cinema. We can do whatever. There's a lot of things to do in Albuquerque. It's so nice.
We go all the Fridays to the mall. They drive us to the mall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. It's one of like Laura was mentioned, the regular American boarding school is out of the city. It's pretty much away of a urban city, and Menaul is a very unique school, thanks to the founder. More than 100 years ago, he bought land in the center of the city, and I think it's a great livable city. I've never been there, but 800,000, it's like Boston. So is that I know it's a livable city. It's not a mega city and it's good that you have some freedom and you enjoy and you can go with Uber. You have some freedom. You are not being in the school all weekend. So for me, it's a great balance.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So thank you guys. You were great, and thank you for sharing this experience. It's very important because some students are like you, hesitating to go, not to go, have some fears, and some are hesitating in going to a family or going to a boarding school. And your testimonies here could help other students to get an experience as good as yours. And I thank you in the name of Yourway and the students.
We all have been with that, like with that decision. Do I have to go, or should I stay in my country? But I think you should like live the experience, because it's
a one-time opportunity, once in a lifetime.
Yes,
so you should take it,
of course.
And you want to go university in Brazil, in your home countries, or do you want to stay in the US?
I've always wanted to live in many places as possible. So my plan is to go to a university in Europe or the University of New Mexico, because as Laura said, since we're going to graduate in the state, they offer a lot of benefits for you to go to University of New Mexico, which is a very qualified university for you to go. So it's a very solid option. I just don't want to come back to my country, because I feel like, no, I love Brazil, don't get me wrong, but I just
love Brazil too.
Yeah, I love Brazil, but I like the experience of living with people from all around the world and trying to live by myself with my freedom, So
yes, because I think you
We lost the connection. Have some internet issues, sorry. Let's wait a couple of minutes. Or so restarted. Let's see what happens. Maybe we lost connection. Yes, maybe we lost connection. We have some technical difficulties, but I think we covered pretty much our objectives. I'm happy with. I think we could present the school, and the students' experience was great. So if you want to just put again our slides for our presentation of the contacts, you just drop us a line to info.yourwayeducation and your country, PT, Spanish, Hungarian, or our Brazilian office. And thank you so much for being with us today. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next time. Thank you.